Abshirim, the Shalom Zachar. You know why? What the whole notion behind the Abshirim, like why we do that, was because demons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so that's the practice of not cutting a kid's hair. For those who don't know, to the age of 3 or 4. I mean, some people say it's tied to like the orla, like the trees that you don't trim to the age of 3. But the real reason is that, according to Kabbalistic Judaism, demons are trying to unalive your boys. This is also the practice of Shalom Zachar, which is the Shabbos before a baby has his bris. They'll have a minion in the house, like of the boy who's about to be circumcised, to kind of push the demons away and protect the boy spiritually, because demons are trying to hurt Jewish boys. So the notion of the Abshirim is that they don't cut the boy's hair, and they would dress him up in dresses, but to make the demons think the girl. I mean, there's so much nonsense. There's just so much. I mean, even Eshet Hayil. Well, the reason we sing Eshet Hayil, like on Shabbos, has nothing to do with your wife, by the way. It's sung to the feminine nature of the Sefirot of God. And most people don't know that. I mean, most people think that it's, something you sing to your wife. No, it's sung to the Shekhinah. It's like one of the Sefirot also, Shalom Aleichem, like you're praying and beseeching angels. Everything is upside down and nobody's teaching this. This is the only reason I teach Torah online, because I feel that I'm providing a service. There's some rabbis, like Rabbi David Brachaim and some other rationalist rabbis, I think Rabbi Josef Or when he was alive, who taught like this. But there's probably around 8 of us. Yeah, so the message has to go out, so I continue doing my thing. Yeah.
Interesting, mate. Very, very interesting. At the same time, like, obviously everybody, most people they sing a Shechayil as an example, and they read and they very much believe that this is something that you have to say. I heard that many times, by the way, about singing to the feminine nature of Hashem. But again, most people understand it one way, and of course, as you've explained just now, it actually means something else. But that's my issue with many of these concepts, whether it's a mystical concept, Kabbalah, etc., that maybe it's just because I don't understand it. Like, you don't believe in Kabbalah, like, could it maybe not be that there's just something deeper or another meaning you're just not getting?
Like, from a devotional perspective, possibly, but that's not the way Kabbalists teach it. They teach it's binding on all of Israel. So I have no problem understanding even stuff. If I read something that Jesus said and I'm like, that makes sense, it's beautiful, right? I mean, I could accept it like that. But they've developed even the notion of Pardes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Pardes, appears by Chazal, but by Kabbalists is Pashat, Remes, Rash, and Sod. So now they're interpreting Torah from a Kabbalistic perspective, from an authoritative Kabbalistic perspective. Well, so they'll give like a whole shiur for an hour on Gematria, and they'll teach it like Torah says, and they'll utter their weird thing that they conjured up. So it's an attempt to disorganize Judaism from an authoritative perspective. It's really Jewish anarchy. What makes someone a kosher Jew is believing in Torah Shebiktav and Torah Shebal Peh.
Right.
The question is, what is Torah Shebal Peh? Torah Shebal Peh are only the legal rulings of the Sanhedrin, and that's it. Only the legal rulings, nothing metaphysical. The rabbis have no authority on anything metaphysical. If you're forced to believe anything metaphysical, it has to come directly from the Chumash, because that's the only thing we receive from God. The mitzvah of lo tasur, of not straying from the right to the left of what the court instructs, only has to do with what you do. La halacha lemaseh. They start saying that the oral law includes the Zohar and every medrash. That's a dumbification. It says in Hilchos Sanhedrin that the Sanhedrin would vote things into existence. I mean, you can't vote metaphysical concepts into existence, like only legal things. How do you keep Shabbat? How do you keep Yom Kippur? Not whether the Messiah is going to come tomorrow or if demons exist. Like Menachem Mendel of Kutsk. He's like, demons cease to exist. That when the Rambam said that he didn't believe in them. He poskened them out of existence. This is like this primitive way of Judaism. So You can appreciate other books as long as you consider them optional.